Well, a beautiful Friday afternoon. I hope that you had a great day and looking forward to greatness even as we come to the end of the day. Welcome on board. It is time for the news now, and my name is Linda Lela. We have lots lined up for you, but first, the highlights. Top on news. A Nairobi businessman fears for his life and that of his family after discovering that unknown individuals are surveilling them.
Nimefika sasa. Nimeitisha msaada, naomba watu wa Ministry of Interior, National Police Services na the National Intelligence Services.
And Gatundu Member of Parliament Gabriel Kagombe has been released on a 2 million shillings bond on 1 shillings million cash bail and surety of the same amount.
And in view of Article 49(1)(h) of the Constitution, that this person is entitled to bond unless there's sufficient reason why.
Kagombe was released after he pleaded not guilty to murder charges leveled against him at Machakos High Court on Friday. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC says it is currently investigating allegations of fraudulent procurement involving a 5.12-acre parcel of land in Karen that belongs to the Nairobi City County government.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is investigating allegations of fraudulent acquisition of public property situated in Karen, Nairobi.
News now begins right away with this story in the corridors of justice at Gatundu South, that is Member of Parliament. Gabriel Kagombe has been released on a 1 million shillings cash bail after pleading not guilty to murder. Kagombe was also slapped with an alternative bond of 2 million Kenyan shillings and a surety of a similar amount. In the case, Kagombe was charged with fatally shooting boda rider David Nwati Wataha on May the 17th, 2024 at around 4:30 p.m. at Kimuchu area in Makongeni, Thika. Kagombe underwent a mental assessment test on Wednesday as ordered by the Machakos High Court Judge Francis Olel during this.
On a fair hearing, these are the rights of the accused, which also extend.
On the Victims' Council, plea has already been taken in this matter, and in view of Article 49(1)(h) of the Constitution, that this person is entitled to bond unless there's sufficient reason why it has been advanced why it is to be denied the same. The ODPP is not opposed to bond being granted, but has asked for the court to place stringent terms, including the accused depositing his passport in court. The Victims' Council too have raised their concern as to bail bond terms and also addressed the issue, court on the issue of jurisdiction to hear this matter. First and foremost, it is the ODPP that made a decision to judge the accused person before this High Court. This is an independent decision made as a second equation through a formal application which should be filed for consideration by this court after submissions made by the parties. Secondly, having found that bond is a right under Article 49(1) of the Constitution, and same not having been opposed by the DPP, I do grant the accused person on bond of Kenya shillings 2 million with one surety of similar amount, or in the alternative, I'll grant him cash bail of 1 million shillings. The accused person by himself, his agents, and proxy will not contact any of the witnesses or potential witnesses in this matter. The accused person is restrained from visiting the area where that incident occurred or its vicinity during this trial. The probation department is directed to file a prevent report containing victim sentiments, and this court reserves the right to review bond terms based on the same. This report will be filed within the next 30 days. Both parties are encouraged to restrain themselves and not to discuss the merits of this matter in political forums.
And now, a Nairobi businessman John Njoroge fears for his life and that of his family after discovering that unknown individuals are surveilling them. Njoroge reports that he has contacted the police 12 times due to the harassment faced by him and his family. Despite involving a lawyer to assist with these claims, Njoroge has not received help from the police. He mentions that the harassment is damaging his business and causing significant distress to his entire family. And as a result, he has been forced to close all his businesses and reduce his activities because of the constant surveillance and harassment.
Sijui anaambiwa mimi huwa nafanya nini, sijui kama mimi ukula watu ama mimi ufanya nini, kwa sababu paka wale sasa watu wanakuwa paka na wasiwasi. Hawezi ishi nao na amani kwa sababu zile vitu wameambiwa. Na huyu tu ni mtu, mimi nikiangalia hii kesi ni mambo tu na wivu, kwa sababu kama sio wivu then hata kama ni uchunguzi unafanywa na serikali haiwezi kuchukua miaka 5-6 kujua mtu. Serikali iko na uwezo wa kukujua na mwezi mmoja. Hata kama uliiba kalamu shule ukiwa primary watajua. Kulingana na mahali ambapo nimefika sasa, nimeitisha msaada. Naomba watu wa Ministry of Interior, National Police Services na the National Intelligence Services waweze kunisaidia, kwa sababu sasa mahali mimi nimefika mwisho, kwa sababu sielewi ni kitu gani, sielewi shida yangu ni gani, na nimesumbuliwa ya kutosha. Hii kitu imeni affect kimawazo.
And now we get to a different story that pertains to the question of politics, and the UDA party has scheduled elections for next Monday in the counties of Nairobi, Homa Bay and Busia. In Nairobi County, the party's National Election Board states that the election will take place at Hustler Center. In Busia County, it will be held at the DCC Hall in Busia Town, while delegates from Homa Bay will convene at the party offices. Delegates participating in these county elections include party officials elected in constituency elections, governors and their deputies, senators and women representatives. The announcement that is from the National Election Board follows allegations by candidate James Gakuya of a scheme to delay the elections.
Uchaguzi iko Jumatatu na Nairobi wanaenda kuchagua bwana James Mwangi Gakuya kama chairman wao. Mambo iko sawa, you know our party is democratic. Walikuwa wanataka tujue which process sisi tunataka, na tumekubaliana, kila party imekubaliana. We are democratic. Hata wenzetu wameona kwamba bwana Gakuya ni kama ana nguvu kidogo.
We are fine and we are ready for elections. Hata tuambiwe kesho tuko tayari kwa uchaguzi wa Nairobi. Hii maneno mtu anaanza kuleta hivi kujaribu kwenda namna hii, waache bwana. Hata kesho saa 12 tuambue tupange mlolongo. Sisi team Gakuya tuko chonjo, tuko tayari anytime.
Now, politicians from Kilifi County have started strategizing on promoting their political parties in Magarini constituency for a planned by-election after the court nullified the victory of Harrison Kombe after Stanley Kenga of UDA and Michael Kingi of PAA contested against the 2022 election. Youth Representative Samir Nyundo of ODM has vowed that the party will retain the seat ahead of the Kenya Kwanza.
Asante ni Patrick Waithaka. Mkiniona nimetembea kama hivi, jiweni nimetumwa na chama. Ndio maana pia nimekuja na rasilimali ya chama kuangalia wale waheshimiwa ambao mliwachagua katika chama cha ODM. Je, wanafanya kazi? Je, wanaletea maendeleo tukiwa huku?
Jirani eneo bunge Magarini, kura zilipopigwa 2022, kuna yale yalifanyika hapa na pale. Mchezo wote siku zote wao tunasema asikubali kushindwa huwa si mshindani. Sasa wale jamaa 2022 walishindwa. Saa hii wakaenda mbio, wakatumia serikali, wakaweza kubadilisha ushindi wa mbunge wetu Harry Kombe. Lakini tunataka tuwafundishe lesson. Ndivyo ama sivyo?
Uchaguzi ambao unakuja wa Magarini, uchaguzi ambao unakuja wa Magarini, mimi nataka tujitayarishe kufika pale Magarini kumwapisha mbunge wa UDA Stanley Kenga, manake ndiye mbunge anayekuja.
Naomba kusema kwamba sisi kama serikali ya Kenya Kwanza pia sisi tutakuja huko Magarini na tutaleta candidate wetu wa MP na tutamtafutia kura.
Away from politics, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has commenced a probe on the fraudulent acquiring of public land worth 400 million in Karen. The 5.1 acres parcel of land is said to have been illegally acquired in 2002. Prior, it had been reserved for sewerage work by the Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company as a sewerage pond. Nairobi Governor welcomed the move by the EACC, noting the upsurge in land grabbing cases across the city. He has sternly warned land grabbers on an end to their works. So far, the governor noted that 5.4 acres of grabbed land in Kesarani has been recovered and seen the building of a market on the land revived.
Some are even in active possession. Some have charged the titles and gotten loans. We will catch up with you. We have the record and the trail from 1901 when Nairobi City County started as a council. The good thing about the county is that a lot of records have been kept intact. We have minute books that we've gone through. In fact, after this, where I'm going right next to Mutwini, where we recovered land that was grabbed, we're about to complete the building of a market in Mutwini. It is actually 70 to 80% complete. In Kasarani, Majimazuri grounds, 5.4 acres had been grabbed. Not only had it been grabbed, it was being sold to us by the grabbers. We have recovered it, and we're building also a market there. In South B, the South B market had also been grabbed. You remember what used to be called Makuti Park. And some of those involved are also public officers. We're building a market there that was supposed to be built. These people have the audacity not only to grab and to create fake documentation, but to claim compensation. So you steal and then you ask for compensation of around 1.2 billion. I think 1.18, if I'm not wrong. You know, the audacity, and that, I think they should be not only arrested, but given a medal for bravery. Because that is just impunity of the highest order.
Pillion passenger safety is one of the most overlooked aspects of the border business in the country, with data showing that a third of Kenyans who have died on the roads in the last 6 years have been out of border accidents. Consequently, NTSA is frowning up the dangers of border riders and passengers not taking care of their safety that is on the roads, especially with the lacking danger of accidents and dangerous riding. To remedy this, NTSA has partnered with the upcoming Kenyan-made social media platform that is Lipa Likes, the Kenya Commercial Bank and Rising Stars in a campaign dubbed Abiria ni Mayai to sensitize on road safety and its benefits.
Mara moja na nikaona imenipatia kazi ngumu sana, hata ya kutokula chakula, sikuwa na hamu ya chochote. Nikaona hiyo ni vitu hainifai kwa upande yangu, lakini wengine wanaona ni mzuri kwao, inawasaidia walali usingizi. Sasa kila mtu wako na damu yake vile inamsaidia.
Ningeliomba kwa wale madereva wenzangu ambao tunaenda masafa marefu, kama swala la kutumia mogoka na miraa limeharamishwa na wanasema ni madawa za kulevya, ningeliomba wawachane nayo. Na kama kweli dereva umeendesha gari umefika mahali umehisi kwamba umechoka, afadhali ufanye nini? Upark gari, ulale, uendelee na safari kesho yake.
Ningeomba serikali hata ikiwa kuna refresher course, kuwe kuna pelekwa tu watu wale wanaonekana kwebi huyu alimesahau kila kitu, ili at least akienda kwa refresher course anakuwa sasa mgeni, anastahili hiyo.
Imecomply na wanafuata sheria almost 100%, sako ile inaruhusiwa iendelee. Na kama kuna makosa imepatikana kwa gari moja, hiyo makosa isiwekelewa kila gari, hiyo makosa ibebwe na gari hiyo moja.
35 students graduated from Naivas Supermarket Graduate Trainee Program, which is aimed at positioning the brand as Kenya's largest chain of supermarkets in the country. The trainees who underwent different businesses courses will see them posted to different departments of Naivas business model in a bid to boost their business. Now, speaking during the graduation ceremony, which was held in Nairobi, Head of Strategy Andreas von Pelensky noted that the program, which was launched in 2023, is a move to ensure that over 11,000 staff across Naivas supermarkets develop their skills and individual development. Diana Mutisia and Moses Owor, who are graduates from the program, acknowledged Naivas for giving them an opportunity to advance their education as well as offer them a job at the supermarket, which will help them develop in life.
I come from the best university. Yes, I came from the best university in Kenya, but
we are celebrating the graduation of our first 2 cohorts of graduate trainees. Our graduate training program is something we launched back in 2023. Today we're celebrating the graduation of 35 trainees who will be joining Naivas in various departments. And this is really important because at Naivas we pay a lot of attention to the training and development of our staff. These trainees will have spent time in many different departments, really getting to know and understand what retail is all about across our store operations, across our head office. So they come really very well versed in what it takes to succeed at Naivas. But I think more importantly, of course, job creation is very important to us as a business. We take that very seriously.
We've learned various aspects of the business, especially dealing with suppliers, also having the right range for our stores. We've basically learned a lot and understood Naivas as a whole.
I joined and came in, I didn't really think that retail could be as dynamic as I found it. First of all, I think just as we always thought that retail is just about selling, giving the products to the suppliers. But when I joined Naivas, I came to realize that retail is so deep. It's not just about what happened at the front end. It's much more of what happens at the back end that allows the customer to constantly come and actually get the products.
The university's academic staff union are calling upon the management of Moi University to remit salaries to their staff or otherwise face an industrial strike as from next week. According to the union officials, many university staff have received their salaries. However, the challenges at Moi University have been accredited to poor management, which has resulted in staff struggling to meet their family needs as well as pay bills on time.
The many institutions which are public underpays its workers. It is the only university among the 30 plus which is paying us a salary negotiated in 2013. University for the past 8 years has not remitted any money. We are supposed to be under a life group insurance, which we signed when we were employed. Nobody has ever been paid from 2016. The event the university is not ready to pay, then it will force workers to call out for an industrial action or strike, because we cannot manage to be in the place of work without getting our remuneration.
Moi University has given out 1,500 acres of land to a private investor who has plowed the land. We don't know what they want to plant, but that is already another project. All universities in Kenya receive capitation from government. And this capitation comes at a certain time. But you'll find that some of the universities have already paid salaries. In fact, our colleagues are telling us they were paid their salaries last week. By 26th, 27th, other universities are paying salaries. But for Moi University and maybe 2-3 other universities, we suspect, number one, mismanagement. But we also suspect misuse of funds.
All right. Now, the efforts to combat teenage pregnancies, HIV infections, and gender-based violence in Homa Bay County appear to be unsuccessful, according to statistics. It says that more than 100,000 residents are living with HIV, an infection rate of 15.2%. The county ranks as 6th in teenage pregnancy cases at 23%. And of course, the Homa Bay governor, that is Gladys Wanga, has emphasized the need for new strategies to address these challenges.
Chief officers, just stand up.
The 7 UN agencies that I mentioned are working closely in the joint program to end the triple threat. So it's a big challenge for the country, and what we are going to be doing moving forward is to focus also on our men and boys. And one of the things that we have put into the perspective is the issue of drugs and substance abuse that is said to be contributing to early sex, even including for boys and men.
The probability that you will get an adolescent who has delivered or is pregnant, the probability is 1. A campaign to the magnitude of what we did to reverse HIV in this country is required on this issue of adolescent pregnancies so that we can avoid losing an entire generation.
Well, disturbing statistics there. It's important that we all are careful. Now, 22 families in Kigumo who were affected by floods are appealing to the county government to give them disaster funds to enable them secure rental houses to settle. The families were displaced by landslides that occurred at Mairi area of Kangari, location in Kigumo, Murang'a County. And Mairi School Board of Management, that is chairperson, called upon the government to move swiftly and relocate these families since they have paralyzed the learning of a special unit that consists of 16 pupils. The families decry that they had nowhere to go since their lands were declared inhabitable due to the occurrence of landslide.
Mama watoto wale wamekaa hapa shukuru na watoto wao, pia watoto wangu na watoto wao na wanawake wao mali hapa shukuru. Tumetoka kwa shamba duda kuja shukuru na tutile na kwa bebo na kwa hakuna na kwa kituguu.
Na sisi na hii mama unaona ni mimi nikiwete sisi mimi siwezi kufanya kazi. Huyu naona ni macho anashindwa, ana ugonjwa wa kifua. Kesho tunafanya. Tunasaidiwa na watoto hiyo wanakaa. Wao wanashuna majani huko. Ndio. Sasa sisi tunahitaji ilawa. Tunahitaji kuchangiwa na ndawa.
Affected padi yetu Kagari ward ni wote ni familia 22 pamoja na wale wangabo ile ingine ya ward ya Kenyona. Sasa wote na nimeona tulikuwa nao hapa na tumepata usaidizi wa chakula. Na ndio naona hawa watu wako hapa bado wanaendelea na kunyeshewa sababu hawana lingine. Hawa wengine wale wako shule kwao manyumba haikuenda. Wao walibaki ile kitu ilienda ni majani na miti. Kafagiliwa kukatwa wengine nusu. Kama kwa mzee kama huyu kwa shamba ilienda lakini kwake mahali anaishi kwa boma haijakuwa affected, kwa hivyo yako huko.
Ile wakati wao watu walitoroa na huko kwao waliletwa shule. Na tangu hiyo wakati hakuna mwenye amekuja kutuambia kuna watu wako kwa shule na watakaa kwa muda gani. Hakuna usaidizi yeyote hao watu wamekuwa wakisaidiwa nayo. Mimi kama chair, mimi nimekuwa nikilipa bili ya maji yenye wanatumia. Mimi nimekuwa nikilipa maji yenye wanatumia. Na hiyo kitu imenisubua sana. Juu serikali ile kitu inapea capitation ile shule inapewa na serikali ni ya watoto wangu. Sasa nimepewa wengine na sijui ni kwa muda mgani au watu watahamishwa kutoka kwa shule. Sasa ningeuliza serikali ya county government, tafadhali hao watu wanataka usaidizi.
Residents of Kiambu County have decried the pathetic state of roads, making some parts of the county difficult to traverse. Komo, Kwaheri, Kangoki and Githima villages are parts of the locations affected, as of course the Thika residents are requesting to be prioritized by the Kiambu County Government Executive that is committee members. That is Muru Kangedes assured them that the plans to rework the roads are underway.
Mimi ni dereva kwa hii barabara kwa siku mingi
na hii barabara inakuwa na mashimo mingi kwa siku mingi, na tunalipa cess, watu wanapiga kelele, tunaona kabisa gari zetu inaharibika, masprin na suma ingine.
President wetu, mawe inatoka huku, gari inakuja huku ikabeba mawe na barabara atuoni, na anaenda kujenga manyumba. Sasa badala ajenge manyumba, kwanza tujengee barabara, ndio marori wakija wakabeba mawe mzuri.
Kama wakazi wa hii kijiji, sisi tumeamua na tumeitana mkutano na viongozi wetu ambao ni governor na MP na MCA, atujadiliane kuhusu hizi barabara na ukarabati wa hii barabara. Na pia tumeita investors wa Kware kwa sababu hii barabara yetu inaharibika sana kwa zile malori zinaingia hapa kuchukua mawe zikipeleka mahali pengine.
Ile tunataka kufanya grading kwanza kila pahali katika sehemu yote, kwa sababu unajua barabara shida yake maji tu kidogo ikishapita vile ilikuwa compacted, iwe na kamtaro kidogo, ina amba rubble strip kwa Kiingereza, inakuwa ni shida hata gari kupita, inafanya watu watetemeka sana ama magari ifujike. Ningeuliza wafanyabiashara watupe radhi na wagojee mwana wataona matokeo, kwa sababu tumeshaamuliwa na governor kila mashine zetu, kila lori zetu na zile pia tumehaya zote tutazipeleka kazini na tutaona barabara zimetengenezwa.
All right, the national government is now focusing on increasing investment in development projects that will engage low-income citizens in a bid to achieve the Vision 2030 goals. During a meeting in Vihiga County, Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba assured residents that the government will be focusing on development projects, especially at the community level, for the next 5 years.
Bottom-up economic transformation agenda ndio msingi wa awamu hii ya 4 ya MTP ama MTP4, na ni sera ambayo chanzo chake ama azma yake ni kutekeleza maendeleo ya aina zote, iwe kwenye kilimo, uvuvi, migodi, viwanda, ya kwamba mipango hiyo yote inatekelezwa tukitilia maanani kuanzia mashinani, bottom up. Yani tunatilia mkazo, msingi wa maendeleo haya ni kutilia mkazo mashinani.
Mambo ya stadium, mambo ya markets, mambo ya roads, mambo ya zingine zimekapitiwa hapo ya Kenya School of Government, mambo ya mining, mambo ya value addition, aggregation. Hizo ndio priorities zetu. Sasa itabidi tuende kwa drawing board tena. Tuseme tukienda mwaka huu na mkumbuke juzi tumealika wabunge komiti ya budget hapa Vihiga. Ilikuwa ngumu lakini tuliwaleta. Tena huko tumewaambia this is our priority list. Hata mkitutupia hii mwaka huu na next year, that's how life is. You don't get everything you wish for.
And to sports, former Enterprise Cup champions KCB-RFC will be looking for a 6th title in this Saturday when the team meets perennial rivals Cabra's Sugar in the Enterprise Cup final at the RFUEA grounds, that is Nairobi. And Curtis Olango's men swept off Kenya Harlequin at 32-18 last weekend to storm into the finals after an entertaining clash that was played at the KCB Sports Club Ruaraka. KCB's defense will be bolstered by the experienced Wayne Mukidza and number 15, who will partner with Elvis Namusasi, who was instrumental in the team's victory over Kenya Harlequins. Emmanuel Silungi and teenage sensation Andy Cole Omolo will partner at locks, while the explosive Bob Muhati will lead at the middle of the park. Other inclusions include Martin Owila, Griffin Musila, Felix Ojo, Festus Shiasa, Jacob Ojay, that is Levi Amunga, Emmanuel Opondo, Michael Wanjala, youngster Michael Wamalwa, among others. KCB has won the Enterprise Cup 5 times, 2004, 2007, 2014, 2015, 2015-2016 and 2016-2017, and are keen to bag another silverware after missing out on the Kenya Cup crown.
Yeah, well, you can tell we've played almost 3 cups, major cups, the last few months, and so the Kenya Cup was able to remain in Western with Kabra Sugar. We saw also the Rugby Super Series, which was also a franchise, of course, but our name was always on the scene. That remained in Nakuru with the Cheetahs. And so for the Enterprise Cup, I mean, it is just good that we give not just the favor, but also to give our fans something to smile about. And I think with the preparation going on, our fans should look forward to coming. Let them not give up. Let them not give up on us and lose up, because we are going to give them a good game this Saturday. There's really not much pressure, but as we looked on our semi-final match, we were not playing that game just to attend the finals for the Enterprise. So we were actually playing to win it so that we go ahead and win the Enterprise Cup. And that is our main focus, that is our language, that is what we are keeping our focus on. We're actually ready. I mean, this is not the first time we are playing Cabras. It's a match that everyone is looking forward to, and that also makes it good to be. I think our first training session this week after the semi-finals was a bit on a high, was a bit good because we had the under 20 50s team coming on board to just have a training with us, which really I think added to that kind of opposition training that day. So that was top notch. It's a mistake we are not looking forward to making anymore, because for a final sometimes it gets very hard to catch up, just like in any sevens game.
And 28 minutes past the top of the hour. It's at this point that we close the news now. We'll definitely be giving you more updates. That is later on at 7 p.m. as well as 9 p.m. It was great having you. My name is Linda Alela. Do have yourself a lovely afternoon and a weekend ahead. Bye-bye.